It was hot, but it was nice to get adapted to the temperature, and we know we got to get in good shape for the season. So it was a nice learning experience for some of the people who haven't been here for a while, kind of get adjusted to the heat and what we're going to be facing during the season.
How do you think this scrimmage like this might prepare you for the Hawaii game, which I think it's 4:30 local time? It's going to be more humid there than here.
Yeah, it's supposed to be hot there. Kind of last year when we played Houston, we didn't really adapt well to the heat, and sometimes during the day games here, we don't adapt well. So I think this was huge for us, honestly, especially when we had some day games here and kind of know what we're going to go through and make sure you hydrate, sleep, and prepare your body so that you have enough energy to play the whole game.
What has Jordan Morgan shown you so far?
He's shown a lot. Right when he got here, I was impressed with his athletic ability and what he could do. He has really good feet and strength, good hands, and I think the best thing about Jordan is every day he's asking, what can I do to get better? And he's trying to, I walk in the locker room sometimes and I just see him studying his playbook when no one else is in there. So I think his attitude and what he could do on the field was a lot too.
Coach, someone was talking about the theme of consistency, which has been, I think, a theme throughout the off-season and in training camp. How do you go about maybe helping some of the young players work through some of those ups and downs?
Yeah, well, especially during the offensive line, you're going to have good plays and bad plays all the time. So I think I know it's a cliche, but everyone says just erase the play before, look at the next play. But I think especially as offensive line, if you get a holding penalty or any penalty or give up a sack, you got to just wipe that out of your head. And our coach always says the rearview mirror is smaller than the front windshield because you can't look behind you, you got to look ahead.
That's a good one. Is that the number one lesson that you've learned from Coach Devan, or is there something else?
Oh, no, there's a bunch of lessons I learned from him. I'd just say, basically I'd say your attitude to approach practice. I think that's what he brings the most is energetic, leading. I think that's the biggest thing. Obviously, he's a really good coach. He teaches us a bunch of things with technique, but I think the biggest thing with him is attitude going into a practice.
Sure. You go up against J.B. Brown a lot in one-on-ones, in team situations. What's the challenge that he presents?
He's quick. He has good hands. He's a little smaller, but I think his strength is he doesn't lack strength. I would say that. So he's quick and he can kind of catch you. If you're just looking at him for the first time, you're not going to think he's the strongest guy. But I mean, he can hold his own.
Where has Edgar Barola made the biggest jump since last year?
I'd just say with his attitude, honestly. He's more focused every day, and he's always had the ability. And I think now that he's just taking it one day at a time, really gotten playbook, focused on his technique, I think that's where he's made his biggest jump.
Is there anyone else you go up against often out here, either in one-on-one or team situations besides JB?
Yeah, I mean, all the interior D linemen. I'd say Finn Conley, JB Fenton, Miles, Trey Mason. Sometimes, I move out to right tackle occasionally, so I'm going against Jalen and Belknap and all the D.
That's a wide variety of body types and styles and so forth. How does that help you?
It helps a lot because, when you play in the season, you're going to go against some teams where every play you're going against a little quick guy, and then you got some teams where it's bull rush, power moves every play. So I think going against a variety of players really helps us.
Is there a goal for the offensive line overall this year?
I'd say our biggest goal is lead the Pac-12 in rushing for the fourth straight year. I take the most pride in that because ever since I played, we've led the Pac-12 in rushing. And I don't know if we have the least amount of sacks, but I know we've been up there for the least amount of sacks. So personally, I'll take a lot of pride in that.
How often do the coaches talk about establishing the run as sort of a foundation for everything else that you do?
They don't specifically talk about it too much. It's not like they go in the meeting and say that, but I think we all understand that we're kind of driven off the run, and we have great quarterback, great receivers. But I mean, when you run the ball like we can, we have the ability to, it opens up the pass game tremendously.
Sure. I think you had said last year that was the first time you had ever played inside.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Where's your comfort level with doing that now compared to like a year ago?
180 degrees. I was the first game I played left guard last year was the first time in football I've ever gone a three-point stance. So now I've played it for a year and a half, or a year now, I guess. So yeah, I'm way more comfortable, and there's different techniques playing inside, so I'm kind of learning the little things right now.
Where did you pick up most of that stuff from? Coach Devan, from film study, from coach? How have you gotten better?
I would probably just say my coaches my whole life. Starting high school, I had a great O-line coach, now coaches in college, and then Coach M had him, and then Coach Gilbert, and now Coach DeVan. I mean, they all teach a little different things that you kind of pick up on. Some things you set a base with one coach, and then the next coach will teach you a little bit different things with your hands and your feet. So I just say all my coaches throughout my life have helped me.
Sure. Josh McCauley described Donovan Lai as kind of a natural. Like the first day he showed up last summer, it just seemed like he knew how to pass block and so forth. Do you notice the same thing with him?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when we got here, he looked like a lot of times freshmen they're kind of doing the drills the wrong way, and he was picking it up right away. I think everyone though when they first get here has to learn the playbook, and I think with him, I mean now he's way more comfortable with the playbook because as a freshman, I mean with everyone, including myself when I first got here, it's hard to pick it up for the first couple of weeks.
What's been his biggest jump?
I would say his probably in pass pro his feet and hands. I mean, he was really good last year in pass pro, as you guys all know. And I'd just say his attitude as well comes in every day. I think the whole line, we have a really good attitude coming in every day, getting extra work in and studying, film with practice before.
Do you think the depth is better this year than last year?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, we definitely lost a couple of key guys with Lath and Michael, but we had some, JUCO guys and freshmen that I think could step in and play right away. So I think it's pretty good right now.
For the young guys, do you see ups and downs emotionally from them?
Yeah.
How do you handle that?
I mean, you kind of just got to lean on the older guys. Like, I think every young player, it doesn't matter what position you play, is going to go through ups and downs when you first get to college. I just remember when I first came in here, I'd lose a rep and kind of get down on myself. But there's older guys say, "Hey, don't worry about it. Look at the next play."
What's the biggest adjustment that you had to make freshman year? Just in terms of,
I was a little smaller, so I'd say probably the physicality and it's probably the speed of the game. I'd say physicality, speed of the game, and the playbook. It's a lot to learn as a freshman.
Outside of your position group, besides offensive linemen, what freshman has jumped out to you?
There's been a lot. I'm better with numbers than names at this point.
Give
But
us a number.
I know number 6, Wiley, I know his name, the running back. He's been really impressive, really fast guy. Number 9, wide receiver. He's been really
Jalen
good.
Johnson.
Yeah. And new guys, I mean, Miles and Trey Mason on the inside, they're really good. So I think that'll help us a lot this year.
in your opinion, is it a bigger challenge to go against those smaller, quicker guys or the bull rush type of guys?
I don't want to say it's a bigger challenge for either. I mean, each has its own, own things you got to look at and work on. I think if you study a player enough, you'll find out his tendencies, and so there's still challenges, but I mean, the more you study them, the more you know their weaknesses.
Did you have to block at Oliver in either of the last 2 years at any point?
When we played him here, I blocked him a couple times, and I think last year I blocked him 2 times. So not much, but yeah, he's a good player.
Enough to see
Oh yeah,
what the hype is about.
yeah, he's good. It's not hype. This is real.
Anything else for Cody?
Awesome. Thanks,
Thanks,
man.
everyone.